I'm here to talk about the new chapter of Dragon Ball Super manga. I don't even know what chapter number it is, to be perfectly honest with you. I think it's chapter 66. Yeah, yeah, chapter 66. Moro, the consumer of worlds, or something along the lines of that. Yeah, totally. Galactus, basically. For any Marvel people that know. Not important. See, out of the gate, I gotta make a confession. I haven't been talking about the latest manga chapters in a while because, honestly, this arc has been pissing me off a lot because I don't know, man. They've been fucking up too much shit. But okay, you know what? This chapter pretty much concludes this arc, for as far as I can see. I mean, it looks as final as it's gonna be. So I guess rejoice. We're gonna end this arc this year. I'm guessing next chapter, like the December one, the last of this year, will pretty much round it up and maybe set up things for a new arc to begin. But for now, we can pretty much say we have concluded the Moro arc, and it's not been one of the good ones, but I don't want to be a bitch, okay? I don't want to be a hater. There is actually some good things about this chapter, and I'd love to talk about that, but I'm going to end with that because at least ending on a high note is better than bitching about everything. Let's just start at the beginning, okay? So, oh god. After pretty much everybody, okay? Everybody could see this coming. Goku fucks up because this asshole doesn't seem to understand that motherfucker is dangerous. Okay, he eats planets. He has wiped out entire civilizations, and somehow you feel the need to give this asshole mercy. No, no. Why the fuck would you give this guy a senzu bean? My God. You should have learned that lesson from Perfect Cell by now, okay? Well, it feels like they just rehashed that idea, like, here's a throwback, because nostalgia rides this hype now more than quality writing, I guess. I don't know, but I'm just glad this shit is over with. I want to leave this arc behind us as fast as we can, but we have to talk about it, right? So Moro fused with the planet because, gee, what a surprise. He's a super dick that wasn't about to give up. What a surprise. Everybody saw that coming except Goku for some reason. I'm not sure why that senzu bean. I don't get it. Why? Like it wasn't a cheating thing. It's not like he was weakened by someone else and he wanted a fair fight. That wasn't like the motivation behind Goku's move this time. Like, remember with Perfect Cell, it was all like, okay, Cell pretty much was halfway worn down fighting Goku, so he wanted to go on to have a fair fight, right? Go 100% versus 100%, and then yay, because he knew his son was going to beat him. Even though that didn't go as planned, Goku, just saying, you should learn from your mistakes. We sure as hell did, but apparently you don't. But okay, long story short, gives him the senzu bean. Big shocker. He still tries to attack Goku, even though, not gonna lie, Mastered Ultra Instinct is OP as fuck. So yeah, he beats him, but somehow lets him do a thing that kind of puts him in checkmate. Like, oh, I just fused with the planet. Like, regardless of Dragon Ball Z, we did this. We did this in Dragon Ball Super. Remember with Golden Frieza? Like, yo, finish him off fast. Like, dude, there is no point in dragging this out. You're stronger. Fuck him up, please. But, I don't know. I'm telling you, it's poor writing. I'm really like I'm gonna say a Dragon Ball fanboy, which means I let it get away with way more shit than I should. But this is just horrible, pathetic writing at this point. But it's not important. Okay. I kind of lost my train of thought there for a second. long story short, okay? So Moro absorbs, well, not absorbs, he's fused with the planet, and because everything that he touches, right? If he grabs you, he can absorb you or some shit. Because he is the planet, everyone that's standing on the planet, he can absorb. So everybody starts noticing, like, yo, I'm feeling weak. And then luckily Vegeta instantly gets it, like, yo, dude, get off the planet, like, fly up. Like, just don't make contact with the ground, and then you should be sort of good. But obviously, Goku's all like, no, I'm gonna stop you from doing what you're doing, even though you could have stopped them like 5 seconds ago from fusing with the planet, but I digress. Okay, don't get me wrong, you can still clearly see that Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku is dominating Moro. Like, it's not even funny. Like, those ginormous, super gargantuan, giant hands, like, try to attack him, and he literally, like, no, not even flexing, like, let me just stop you, bro. Like, okay, you know I can fuck you up, right? Just saying. But even then, halfway through, like, his, I want to say, hand-to-hand combat with planet-sized Moro here, like, Beerus and Whis are just watching. And funny enough, dude, I'm not gonna lie, that was almost like, that was a semi-hype building up. Like, Beerus straight up was like, I'm gonna just help. You know, because I like Earth. I don't like Earth. Fuck Earth and the Earthlings. I just like the food that's being made here. So I kind of need to save this world. And he even admits to the fact, like, if the other gods of destruction see me do this, I'm in trouble. So let's make this quick. And I'm like, is he about to Hakai the shit out of this motherfucker? Like, that would have been hilarious. But obviously, that would be anticlimactic. So they couldn't let that happen. Because the moment Beerus is about to hit that shit, he gets a call. Like, Whis gets a call on his stick, I guess. It's like, yo, you've been summoned by the Grand Priest. I'm like, did the Grand Priest just call him because he was about to do a savior move instead of a destruction move? It's like, nah, right? And then it's all like, no, it's about Miras going poof, you know, because he done fucked up. But, you know, I wonder actually how that's going to go down. I really wonder what the dynamic is with the angels. Like, that's the only way an angel can, like, cease to exist if they fight for real, which isn't in a training capacity or something along the lines of that. So either way, Beerus and Whis basically just kaplooey out of there, but not before Whis just casually jumps to Goku like, hey, yo, listen, there's a way to win. You know, and honestly, I didn't even notice this, and I'm almost ashamed to say I didn't, because it sounds really logical, right? Like, yo, you just have to smash the crystal that's in his forehead, and that cancels out his powers, so he doesn't have Miras' powers, he doesn't have all the other things anymore, and that pretty much beats him. You know, just smash the crystal in his forehead. Period. But while he's talking to Goku like that, somehow Moro got it in his fucking head, like, oh, let me just attack Whis as well. I'm like, that was funny. I'm not... That was funny because you know how Goku, even in Mastered Ultra Instinct, had to, like, full on block the move, like the giant fucking Moro hands and shit, and, like, even kick it away, and Whis literally just used one finger, like, can you just shut up? Okay, I'm in the middle of something. It's all cute that you're a giant Galactus planet-eating entity, but you're not on my level, bro. Like, shut up. So yeah, Goku, do your thing, and we're out of here because, you know, divine god business, and good luck. And obviously he's all like, yo, dude, trust your own strength. You got this. You got this. You just gotta do it, you know? You just gotta do it. Just, please, do it. Okay? Just do it. Just fuck him up. Okay? You can do it. You just gotta have to actually do it. So, okay. They disappear. And basically, and this is where it gets a little annoying, because obviously Goku can overpower this guy, right? It's clear to everything, for as far as I could see. Okay, he's beating Planet Moro. Because that's the only way I can call him right now. It's Planet Moro, because fuck it, right? And somehow, I don't know why, because he obviously has enough strength to, like, punch the crystal, right? Like, that's not the problem here. But before Goku even gets into action, out of nowhere, Vegeta's like in the background storms Moro, and he's all like, "Out of the way, Kakarot!" I'm like, "No fucking way. Are you gonna get a behind the back whatever Vegeta victory out of nowhere? Like, yo, Goku, you're sleeping for some reason, which is the whole reason we're in this mess. But Vegeta's about to fucking just solve the problem for you." But it's like, nah, he was doing the spirit diffusion attack, so he basically smashes the ground to, I don't know, deflate Moro's body, even though he is the planet itself. But whatever, I get it. It's to weaken him so that Goku can give the finishing move, strike, whatever. The way it always goes, because he's the main character, right? But, see, this is what annoyed me, right? Because Moro was somehow, he was absorbing the power, and he gets fatter, and he inflates more, and it's actually, he's using that to hide the crystal, so he basically gets his fat rolls, like, to cover the crystal, but because of Vegeta's thing, it opens up again. It's all like, okay, you got a clear shot. Take it. Just saying. And somehow, the moment Goku storms Moro to do it, Moro starts bringing up these giant hands to stop him. And I can't help but notice, like, you're mastered Ultra Instinct, right? Why do you feel the need to go full-on macho on this and burst through all of the hands? Like, don't get me wrong, you should have the power to do that, sure, but also touching him gives him the ability to absorb your power, which kind of feels like an irresponsible, stupid move. You could have just zigzagged through that and you would have dodged all of those hands, punched the crystal, and that would be the end of it, right? But as the story continues and this chapter unfolds to his final act, I understand why they did it. Because Goku, eventually, after he goes like, I don't know, 5 or 6 hands or something, like he gets stuck into one because at that point, he's lost too much energy from getting absorbed through Moro or something, whatever. And he gets stuck. And all of a sudden, they basically, like, Piccolo and Gohan and the gang, I guess, the Z Warriors, even though that name is stupid, but whatever. They come to Vegeta with, like, an idea, like, yo, can you, like, reverse the thing that you do? Like, instead of taking spiritual energy from Moro, can you give someone else spiritual energy? And that's basically the whole concept of giving Goku all of your energy so he can miracle power up and beat the bad guy, which up until now has only happened in movies. That has never happened in a canon situation to the best of my knowledge. Either that or I'm forgetting about something. That's not really important. If by all means, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, which I could possibly be. But okay, so they all give him his power, and I was like, really? Are we really doing this? Like, okay, I mean, I guess I always hated it because it's such a bullshit out of nowhere ass pull win. It's like if you can't beat him, the powers of people that are way less strong than you aren't gonna beat him either. But okay, but turns out when all of those basic bitches give the power to Goku, he only goes Super Saiyan Blue because they don't have God energy, they don't have divine power, they have basic bitch ass ki. So he just goes Super Saiyan Blue. He doesn't even get through it at all and powers down again because it gets absorbed again. So like, well, that was a nice try. Anyone else got a plan B or C at this point? Because we don't know. But this is pretty much what they were building up to. So Jocko, out of nowhere, right, goes all like, yo, Krillin, I'm gonna just move. I'm just gonna go run an errand. And I was like, wait, what? The fuck are you talking about? What are you gonna do? I was like, is he being a bitch at just escaping? But nah, he had to look. So I was like, okay, he's up to something. And he goes to Dende and asks for Majin Buu because, you know, the whole thing where Kid Buu had the divine power because of Daikido got absorbed by Buu, and therefore all the god power is in Majin Buu. Anyways, apparently, you know, with the Fat Buu and Kid Buu, when he split up, all the divine god power went to the evil side of Buu, which got killed by Goku, but reincarnated as Oob. Yay! There you go, it's Oob. there's the one problem. Like, don't get me wrong, this is my favorite part of the whole fucking chapter, and maybe even the arc, but nah, not the arc. I mean, that Mastered Ultra Instinct transformation was pretty nice. But yeah, so they introduce Oob, as in, you have this insane high amount of god power, divine energy, whatever you want to call it, right? And he, like, Majin Buu, who has temporarily transformed into Daikido because, I don't know, whatever, like, doesn't even matter. It's Fat Buu, but it's the Kai dude, even though it's the same guy. Okay, but he goes to Oob because he can just apparently instantly, I don't know, teleport there or some shit. And he tells Oob, like, oh yeah, this is how you transfer energy, although they kind of do it off screen because you don't see him explaining it to him. You just see that Oob is doing it. And bam, there you go. Like, there is this super huge amount of divine power getting sent to Goku, which at first you don't know who it is until they reveal it's Oob. But I'm like, I'm sorry, Oob has that much godly power. Now, don't get me wrong. I get it in the sense that if you think about it, the current Supreme Kai should not have been the Supreme Kai in Universe 7. Because Daikito was the Supreme Kai, or I guess the god of creation, opposed to Beerus, the god of destruction, right? And the only reason that our current, I say ours, but Universe 7 Supreme Kai is the Supreme Kai is because Daikido died fighting Majin Buu. Well, got absorbed, but whatever, died. And all those other candidates also died. So he was like the only one left, which is why he pretty much got the position. It's like, it's either you or there's no one else. So that's why this Supreme Kai is the Supreme Kai at the moment. Which would explain why he really is not as strong as you would think a god of creation should be. But anyways, all that energy, which is Daikido, the super actual god of creation Kai dude, is all in Oob right now. Which is what explains why Goku gets this insanely of a power-up, okay? Oh, and this is what annoys me. Because the moment I saw this giant spirit body of Goku, like, I got major, bad memories surfacing, okay? It reminded me of the anime finale of Shaman King. For anyone who knows, I bet you a bunch of other animes did the same thing, but it's like an anime-only ending. And it sucked so hard. My God, I don't even have words for that. But, I hate it. It's such a bullshit thing. Like, this power was never shown ever, and all of a sudden it's there because plot reasons, right? Not that anything like that hasn't happened in Dragon Ball before, but, the point being, I didn't care much for that particular power-up. I don't see the need to give Goku a giant spirit body. Like he's on some QB mode or something, like he's Naruto. Like, I don't know what the inspiration for this was, but I didn't care for it at all. I hated it, but it got the job done, okay? So he overpowers Moro, smashes the crystal, destroys him. Yay, thumbs up, end of the fight. I guess we did it. But this is what annoys me about the only thing that I liked about this chapter. The Oob. You see Oob, right? And he's, in my calculations, for as far as I know, Oob shouldn't be more than 2 years old. Maybe 3, but not even that, really. But she should be anywhere between 2 or 3 years old, give or take, right? But if you see him in this chapter, like, this guy is basically the same size as Goten and Trunks. Which makes no sense, because Goten and Trunks were the size that you see Oob in right now while they were fighting Kid Buu, which is literally before Oob even was born. So, obviously, continuity is not a real big thing in Dragon Ball, so they kind of just like, we want this to be a thing, so we're just going to force this to be a thing. But that's a little crazy inconsistency on in my opinion, but okay. So, yeah, the fight is over. Great, thanks. Bye. For the love of gods and all universes, finally, Moro is gone. This arc can be over with. Let's forget it ever happened. Okay, there's only 2 things that pretty much happened in his entire arc, which pretty much can be summed up in the last 2-3 chapters. Goku mastered Ultra Instinct, and Oob is a thing. That's all, folks. That's the only two things that really matter. Aside from, I guess, Beerus showing up, training Goku, helping fight Moro, which he wasn't allowed to do, which means he got Control Alt deleted, Hakkai'd out of existence, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. And now they're going to have a thing with the Grand Priest where like, okay, so an angel died. This probably hasn't happened in a long, long time. So I'm interested to see how they're going to pick that up. I really hope they do it justice. You know what I mean? But okay. Anyways, that's all I got for you, to be honest. I mean, this was not a good arc, okay? And I guess we can all rejoice in the fact that it's gone. It's over. And we can now go to a hopefully new arc. And I'm rooting for the time skip. I'm rooting for a time skip of at least, I want to say 5 to 7 years. Give or take, right? Because at this point in time, Goten and Trunks should be around the 9-10 years old-ish, I think. Considering how old they were during the Majin Buu fight, the fact that it took a year to wish him out of the memories of everyone, the fact that another year passed before Beerus showed up, the duration of Dragon Ball Super in general, so give or take 3 years after that. There were 7 and 8 back then, so they should be 10 and 11 now, although I'm guessing that the writers don't take that into account because they just want to keep them small and irrelevant because reasons, okay? And now that Oob is a thing, and he looks the same as Goten and Trunks, you could like do a small time skip. Don't make it too much. Like, I guess you could say if they could make Goten and Trunks pretty much the same age, form, whatever you want to call it, of Teen Gohan fighting Perfect Cell, you know, that like a little bit more mature, like in serious fighting mode, but not the adults yet. So you can make them the kids, but relevant, I guess you could call it. And maybe then give Oob a little bit more time to grow up so they can actually train him, so it becomes sort of responsible to even do that. And I don't know, I really hope that we get a good arc after this, because this one sucked so hard, okay? It could work in a Vietnamese massage parlor, okay? That's how much it sucked. Haha. Anyways, that's all I got for you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, whatever the fuck you do this, because it's YouTube. And I have to do that because the algorithm. Besides, also, it's been a while, I haven't been on YouTube in a long, long time, and I'm glad to be back. And hopefully I'll see you next month, and maybe even sooner, when something relevant comes out. Also, the beard, don't worry about the beard, okay? I know it looks weird. The fucking beard is weird. But it's coming off in pretty much about a week or two. It's Movember. Sue me, motherfucker. I don't care. It's going away, okay? It's going away soon, but not yet. Anyways, bye-bye.